Hello and welcome. It's a good day to be on the farm. My name is Chuck, and this is Somerset Farms episode 17. And we are picking up where we left off a few months ago with the harvest here on Somerset. We've got two different fields of canola that are being harvested right now. This one is the one next to our farmyard, and we've got our little Rostalamash harvester here going, but unfortunately it ended with the pipe on the left side, which is in our crop. So we need to get that unloaded. And then we have the bigger harvester, which I think we spent all of episode 16 for the most part trying to figure out how to make that thing go. So we're going to pick up and finish harvesting there. So we're going to come over, bring the tipper here, get this little harvester going again on this field. Oh, there's our JCB telehandler as well, which we got as a deal, I believe, in episode 15 when we were doing that. So we're trying both of those things today to see if we can get caught up on either of them. And we're going to go from there back into harvesting the rest of our fields. So once we get this picked up, we'll take this tipper over to field, I want to say 38, and see how the harvest is going there. And then we will finish what we're doing on both fields. And I did a little bit of testing as well to see if I could figure out what the maximum speed of that harvester was, because obviously when we had the horsepower lowered when we originally bought it for the cheaper price, it did not have enough horsepower to run that 40-foot header. So we had to get some more horsepower to do it. We ended up, instead of spending 225, we had to spend the extra 100,000, I think, to get it to 325. And in doing so, let me flip back to this. And in doing so, we ended up spending a lot more money than I thought we were going to, but we did want a bigger harvester anyway. I think that just means eventually we're going to have to sell this little harvester because we did not intend to spend that much money on a harvester as we're going. So we're going to go ahead and hire a worker here and keep him going there. Let's grab this tipper and bring it over to the other field. And then we'll jump in that Fendt, do a little bit more, and then spend most of our time running this round. Also, here's our oil factory, where we're going to be depositing all of this canola to keep our fields running. So, again, busy day, busy harvest, and we just need to get from field to field. And probably spend a lot of our time just carting back and forth between the two fields and getting everything loaded into the oil factory that we just built in the last episode as well. So thanks for tuning in again. I know it's been a while since I've been able to get a video uploaded. I do apologize for that. Some things came up and I got a little bit distracted, and then I started playing other games and just didn't get back to Farm Sim for a while. So that is entirely my fault, and I do apologize, but I'm going to try to get back into not into an accident, into a more sustainable schedule for me. I was trying to do 3 or more videos a week last year in 2022 when I was uploading these videos, and I just, with a full-time job and a family, that turned out to not be something that I could sustain. So then I didn't for the second half of 2022. So my goal is going to be do a better job of spacing the videos out at this point. Interestingly enough, I have gotten some extra viewers in the last 5 months since posting my last video, even though I haven't posted anything. So, and then here, let's get this one going while I keep talking. So we're going to lower that and turn that on. So yeah, I do want to continue to make content. I just need to do it in what I call a manageable way. So we're going to play around with that, whether that's just 1 video a week, or maybe 1 or 2 videos a week, or something, or maybe, I don't know, I have no idea. But we're going to find a more reasonable schedule. Again, this is a casual gaming channel, and I'm just doing it in my spare time for fun on games that I enjoy. So I think we're going to try to keep something like that running. Let's get how do we want to do this? I wanted to get this going. I don't think I can use the worker at 50 degrees like that. So we'll just go to this and get going this direction and see what we can get done. So I might just have to stop here and maybe we'll be able to turn this corner and finish our outline of field 36 here. I think at the beginning of the video I said field 38. But nope, it appears to be 36, and this is obviously our largest NOAA field, and might probably be our largest field altogether. We will take a look. And I get this lined up using an angle. I'll switch off and think it'll stop. So we're going to just go like this. Maybe we'll hire the worker down here at this end. And while he's doing this side, we'll try to erase the horizon and see if we can fill up. Though I really wanted to do, none of these fields are square, which is one of the things I like about this map. It also makes it a little bit harder to figure out exactly how to use that worker. Let's go ahead and stop and put the pipe out. And then let's just take this tipper down here, grab what we can, and then we'll stick a worker back on this and see how he does. Now that there's a little bit more room around the outside of the fields. I think it's going to be a big harvest though. Both of our canola fields should give us quite a bit to work with. Oops, drove a little bit too far. And I think we'll get pretty close to full. Or at least enough that it would make sense to run it back to the factory. Then we can turn on the factory and start producing pallets of oil, which we will then try to figure out how to get to the sale point as well. And I also have no idea what the best time of year for oil sales is. So let's get this out of here. And real quick, we'll just flip over. He's almost full. Pipe in. Let's see if we can get a worker going. Actually, let me look at the map. Yeah, I don't want to really do a worker north and south like this. I'd rather go east to west. So let me run this one down to the other end of the field. And then we'll see if we can get a... Yeah, actually, I was gonna do a strip, but I really need to get the tipper back over for the other worker. So running two harvesters is nice. It does make the harvest go pretty quickly and guarantee you can get it done all in the one day that we have set up here, but it is a little challenging to make sure we're gonna do it efficiently. So let me see if this worker will take this angle out to 50. What he's gonna do is still have trouble on this little hoe here. I don't know what to do with that is. But I'm not going to spend any more money on this harvester than we have. I do really like the way that looks. But I don't. We still respond on it, so. Well, anyway, I'm supposed to let that guy go. I'm just going to cut through the bushes here. They're my bushes, it's fine. And the other guy's got a full grain tank, so we'll come up here. Gotta look both ways because traffic does come flying down this road. And we're gonna wait till this van scoots past, run back over here. I guess since we're only at 74%, we can probably unload first, and then go dump this at the factory. I don't know, I've never done canola oil before, so this is kind of a new experiment for me. I mean, I've done it once on another map when I was just playing around at the beginning doing tutorials, but I've never done it with my own factory that I built on my own land like this, and also with a goal of planting crops like the sunflowers and the canola, and just basically making this the moneymaker in the whole production cycle. So we will have to see how this all works out. I forget what we planted in our other big field on the back. And we did it again. Stopped with this thing going in the wrong direction. I guess we'll just come up here like so. And hop in this. Back to that worker. I also think in this series I started calling the worker something. I want to say Fred, but I don't honestly remember. That was many months ago, and I bumped the front of my harvester against my tractor, which is a big no-no. These are expensive pieces of equipment, and the header especially. If you bend the rod there on that header, that's going to cause some problems. So I always just think it's funny to hire and fire Fred so many times when we're making these videos, but obviously I'm going to have to switch between the vehicles, and the only way to do that is to hire and fire the worker, or hire and dismiss the worker, whatever you want to say. So we'll put that pedal back in. This is kind of a fun little harvester, actually. I don't have the patience to try to do all the fields with this. So let me get this lined up, and we will run from there. Alright, we're at 95%, so time to go dump this, and then it will be time to come back in. Tell Fred to go move over here to this little triangle, or maybe we can finish that off for him. Or we're letting the big worker go on the other field. Alright, so running around here. I think it's just a bale cell point that we have on our map, which we're obviously not baling anything yet, or at all. I know of just so many of my videos. Ooh, this is kind of a tight corner. Let me see how I can do that. Turn the camera around. It's not bad now. Oops. But once we start having pallets of oil stack up here, which now that we have a production facility, we can come here and we can turn on canola oil, which we already have. 154, 160,000. We must have dumped a little bit into this in the last one. Yeah, there's 550 liters of canola already storing. $60 a month in production costs. Should get 4,800 liters of canola oil out of this each month. Which I'm guessing is about 4 pallets. Can't remember if they're 1,200, 1,000, 1,500, or 2,000 liter pallets, but I'm sure we will find that out. Fred's doing good there. Let's run over and unload the big one. I guess technically we've got 2 workers now, so we need to name that second worker as well. So we will have to do that shortly. So if you have any suggestions for names for those workers, you can certainly drop those in the chat or in the comments. I guess it's not technically a chat because I'm not live. Actually, since we're here, let me jump out of this real quick. I just want to look at our sunflowers, see how they're doing. Nitrogen bad. They look like they're growing just fine. Here it is, nitrogen good. We must have just missed this little strip on the edge. That's totally fine. Alright, take our McCormick over there and see how our unnamed worker is doing on field 36. I also need to look at the map and try to remember what we planted on those other little fields. Because I know we've got our big 9-row planter. Oops. Yeah, this traffic is so fast on this map that anytime you try to pull out with a truck like this, you're pretty much always guaranteed to be cutting somebody off. Right, he's backing up. So I guess let me come down here. I won't cut through the bushes because we've got some time because the pipe's on the wrong side. But we can take a look and see what this angle is that he's doing. And this is a tight fit with these stone walls. I mean, it works, but we get down here and then we have to set sunflowers as well. Alright, let's cut this corner and that corner. Yeah, so it's just a funny angle that the worker chose, but let's get back to our map and see what's going on. Yeah. See, this is the difference. Fred's been here working hard every day, and this is as far as he's gotten. This new 40-foot header is just it's just chewing through the field, which is great. So let's come down here. By the time we get down there, he will have probably turned around. And we can take a load off, let him finish this field, and then we'll jump over and take over for Fred, who's over there, parked anyway. And we'll take a look at our other fields here in a second. So I think they might be sunflowers as well, it looks like, which would make sense for what we're doing here. I'm going to have to see on the schedule when we plant next. So let's get another load down here. Parallel, a little bit wide. Let's get back in. There. Here we go, I'm out of practice. That's better. Oh. Too close. Funny camera angles. And it was 12 and a half. There's the limit here. It's still running. That's good enough to let me finish the field, I think. Alright, so Fred, look at him. He was a nice guy that he was. He turned off the engine and left it here in the field for us. So we drive down here. We can finish this row. And there's a strip down there before we get to the rest of this. So this one also goes at 6 miles an hour, which is interesting. So I guess that's about right. I bet this one doesn't slow down on the hills though. But it is what it is. We had a good deal, but it wasn't a great deal because we had to spend extra $100,000. Like a harvester for $225 is great. A harvester for $325 is like, why didn't I just buy one of the ones that was available in the shop new? I mean, I know that 40-foot header is big, and we'll make these big fields go fast. So that's probably why, but also didn't want to spend the money to take it up to, what was it, 7T I think is what we bought originally, and then we upgraded it to the 9T for the extra $100,000. Actually take a look here. For a second, we're going to go to our garage, look at our harvester. Yeah, so it's the ideal 9. Nope, do not sell it. No. Yeah, we're at the 9T. I didn't take it up to the 10T, but this was enough horsepower to get us through what we need to do on our harvesting. So yeah, it just depends on whether or not we want to keep this little harvester as well, or one harvester is probably plenty, which is probably the case. To keep this around just for field 18. We will keep it around long enough to do 18 the first time with sunflowers, because I really don't think we can easily get that fent down there. but I don't know that we'll keep this long term. Depends. If we make a lot of money in a canola, I suppose there's no reason to get rid of it. We just might not use it as much as we plan to using the other pieces of equipment. But we'll see how it all shakes out here at the end. You can see off in the distance a tipper with a trailer. I think that is ours, parked up on that other field. Yep, and then there's our harvester. Oh, here's our house. It's not harvest our tiny home. This is not a very good angle, but we'll just make that work. And we'll back up and we'll just give it a little bit more room to turn around down here. Nope, maybe the deer are running out, trying to have a snack. Let's go ahead and just turn this back on, run back up the field, and we'll go check out that angle. Has completed their task. I guess we can see that Fred is smart enough to do 115 degrees. And he's doing an angle. We'll see what angle he chooses. We'll give Fred a little bit of time to work that as we're trying to get this one done. Let me just check my map. Got everything. But this little bit of orange right here. So since we have the time, let's go ahead and harvest this. I think the 9Q is just about right. If it was any hillier, we'd have to go to the 20. It seems to do a pretty good job. And we will, oops, we will not bump our harvester there, or our header onto the tipper. Take this down here. I believe this is all the harvesting we had to do today. Do need to look at my 2 other fields, but for now, let's just try to figure out where the center of this thing is. And put that on, see if it snaps. Yes, it does. Let's power this down here, and then let's take our tipper back over to the other field. And I believe there's an entrance over here, and we're just going to cut through this field, cut through our field 18, and pop out right where Fred is harvesting over there. And don't get into an accident. Really need, I wish I could remove these hedges right here, but we can make that work. As he turns around, we should be able to sneak up and help unload. About that little spot right in front of the tipper. It will take care of itself. Here, should sneak over here, and hopefully Fred will put out the pipe. Fred. Go ahead and spread there while we're unloading into the cart. And then we'll just clean up these last two things. Manually, let's look at the map over here. So there's just a little bit of orange there and a little bit mist there, and then some up by the house. Let's take a look at we own 14, 15, 18, 38, 37, 36, and 29. So 37, 36, and 29. 30. These numbers just changed. 37, 36, and 39. Now it's 33, 34, and 40. Yeah, look. 29, 36, 37, and in here it's 33, 34, and 40. No wonder I was like, this was field 38. No, it's field 36. No, it's field 38. No, it's field 30. That's really weird. Anyway, these are both growing. None of them have weeds. They are, guessing, sunflowers. So you can see the 4 fields that we own. Yep. 18, 34, 33, and 40 are all sunflowers. So let's just run here and finish off this part of the harvest, and we'll dump the rest in. I'll actually probably do it for today. Since I'm pointed right at it, let's go ahead and grab this little bit. It doesn't really matter. We're going to get 3 liters of canola into that. Hey, 3 liters is 3 liters. That's 1.5 bottles in our production factory. So we'll grab the rest of this. And move it back around. All in all, a pretty quick harvest, but canola that we took care of here. And we should have some interesting costs we can go over in the next episode. Now that we've finished kind of one of our harvests and see how we're doing. And we can bring that harvester back over as well, just so it's not sitting out there all summer while we're trying to prepare the fields. And we need to look and see when sunflowers will be ready as well. So while this is loading that last little bit there, let's take a look at our crop calendar. We are in the first month we could harvest canola. Could have harvested in August as well. Sunflowers don't harvest till October, November. And then canola plants in August, September. So if we want more canola, we need to turn these fields around in the next 2 months, which is fine. Lots of field work, but we can do it. And then same thing with the sunflowers. Once we're done planting the canola in September, we can harvest the sunflowers in October or November. And then we'd basically fast forward to March when we replant the sunflowers. So I guess that's probably the rotation we'll do. But good to know that we need to turn these fields around. So we probably won't even fast forward the day. It's only 1:30. So we'll probably need to get busy on cultivating these fields and turning them over and getting some more canola planted. So low under the trees there, and popping out right here where we're supposed to be. And again, we're going to back this in, unload that, and then take a look at our canola factory, and that will probably wrap up the end of this episode. And then we'll do some more field prep and parking some stuff up for the next episode. I'm going to cut the corner here since we don't have any goods sitting outside yet in our factory, but we will soon. And dump this in. Alright. 4, 3, 2, 1, and complete. Excellent. Alright, so in our factory, we have 188,000 liters of canola and about 830 liters of canola oil storing. So We will have to figure out next episode also when the best time to sell that canola oil is. So we'll have to get some sort of flatbed and load it up with telehandler, or maybe just store all those things in the shed across the way until we're ready to load them up on a flatbed, depending on how many we have. All right, well, that is going to do it for today's episode. I really appreciate you guys checking it out. And again, I apologize for the long delay between episodes, but I just needed to get things taken care of around here, and we're going to work on a more reasonable, casual posting schedule, probably one video a week, give or take, and maybe some breaks in there, and we'll see. But that's still 50. Let's say we take 2 weeks off. That's still 50 videos a year, which is impressive. So, all right. Well, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you liked it, hit that thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, you should do that. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.